Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 83 of the Sim Racing Show. And this week has had some big sim racing dramas, it's fair to say, because Project Motor Racing has gone from having a rough launch to layoffs, community outrage, suddenly dropping a new patch out of nowhere. So is Project Motor Racing collapsing? Is it fighting back? Is it dead? Is it buried? Is it everything at the same time? We're going to break down what's happening. And Assetto Corsa Rally is bringing a new environment that looks insane. More on that as well. And it's not the only sim that's been making moves, because Assetto Corsa Evo dropped its biggest update yet. So new cars, new tracks, new features, and it might finally be turning into the sim that Kunos promised, sort of. I've tested it, I'll let you know my thoughts. Le Mans Ultimate is expanding again. I've been on that, that's very interesting. And iRacing just launched a monster Season 1 update for 2026. And Rennsport say they're quietly fixing things behind the scenes, we'll see. And Race Room has gone full nostalgia mode. Lots of stuff happening in sim racing. Let's get into it. Let's talk about Project Motor Racing, because the situation has gone from downright messy to even messier to there's an update in the space of a few days. So Straightforward Studios confirmed that they've laid off part of the development team after the game's messy launch. The game is barely 2 weeks old. It desperately needs fixes. And instead of reinforcing the team, they are downsizing right before Christmas. It's horrendous for the staff involved, but it hasn't gone down well with the community, and the vibe from players is now feeling pretty consistent. Players feel misled. They feel like the launch didn't match the promises of having the best-in-class AI and force feedback, and they're tired of the same pattern that has followed Ian Bell's projects for years. Overhype, huge expectations, and then a launch that just isn't ready. I said this on the Sim Racing Show tens and tens of episodes ago when they went from Unreal to the Giants engine. I said this is a red flag. Why would you go to the farming simulator engine? Something is not right here. And unfortunately, it's all happened, and we know what Project Motor Racing is. You can definitely feel the frustration. A lot of people saying that the physics feel disconnected. A small portion of people saying the physics feel incredible. Other people are pointing out bugs. No one can defend them. There's inconsistency behind the cars. The career mode is like very bare bones. The online multiplayer system just leaves you waiting a lot of time. And the biggest pain point for a lot of people, I have to say, was the high price point. It didn't come out in early access. However, Straightforward Studios have just dropped a new patch, 1.5.0.2. I don't know when they went straight to 1.5, by the way, but kind of out of nowhere. It's landing later this week, they say, with refined handling across multiple classes, a lot of stability and gameplay improvements, and a reassurance that the year one DLC roadmap is still happening. I don't even know whether I should test this or not. So let me know in the comments whether you want me to test Project Motor Racing again, or is the game just buried? For me, it's been quite a toxic game for the community. It hasn't really added anything. It hasn't moved the conversation. They've really messed up the launch, and I'm not sure they can recover this, frankly. And great news for Assetto Corsa Rally fans, because their next environment and car have now been officially teased by the people at Assetto Corsa Rally, and it is snow. Yes, probably Sweden or maybe Norway or something like that, but it's snow. It's going to be incredible to drive in, I hope. I think it's going to look incredible, by the way, and I can't wait for virtual reality to come to Assetto Corsa Rally, because I think it might be one of the defining experiences. Lake Louise in Gran Turismo 7 is also incredible in VR. But going back to Assetto Corsa Rally, the car is going to be the Alpine A110, but not the new one, not the one that I was in at Le Mans recently, but the original. So bringing that original car, but honestly, I think driving some of the modern rally cars in Assetto Corsa Rally in this snow environment is going to be absolutely fantastic. They seem to be doing early access the right way. And we also got an update from Assetto Corsa Evo. This was another sim that went through its trials and tribulations. However, it was always an early access title, and the latest update has dropped with 10 new cars and 5 new tracks. And it's looking like Evo is starting to become a sim that you can actually sink real hours into. We've got cars like the Ferrari F40 LM, which sounds incredible, the Peugeot 205 T16, the BMW M3 E46 CSL. So iconic cars. And we've got big tracks, Road Atlanta, Alton Park, Monza, and Nürburgring as well. So the content alone is solid, but we finally have the Nordschleife in Evo, and it's not just the full layout, you even get the tourist layout as well, complete with automatic barriers when you exit the car park. It's a tiny detail, but it shows you that Kunos get it. Having been to the Nürburgring myself, there's something about the anticipation when you exit the car park and you go through those barriers. And I went on Evo, and the servers were absolutely packed of these tourist lobbies. And for some people, that wasn't even the star of the show. The star of the show would have been the Ferrari 2025 F1 car, the current Ferrari F1 car, the SF25, with full ERS, full DRS, interesting handling, but the Ferrari has had interesting handling this year, and multiple Hamilton and Leclerc liveries. I think it's the first 2025 spec F1 car in any hardcore sim, and it's definitely a challenge to drive. And Evo's also added the daily racing portal. Now, I'm not just going to shill this. I don't get why you can't go daily racing in Assetto Corsa Evo. This daily rating portal requires you to go to a browser to enter racing. I think for a lot of people, that's just too much. That's too off-putting. I don't know if that makes me too simple, but I'm a pretty simple dude. I want to click daily racing in my sim. I want to see a list of races to get into. However, daily racing is technically now still in or around Assetto Corsa Evo. So is version 1.4 just more content, or is it a big statement from Evo? Let me know in the comments. As I predicted, I said at launch, free roam ain't going to come this year. I've got about 20 days to be proven right. So let's see if free roam comes in 2025 or someone can buy me a beer at the pub. Now, next we'll talk about the Le Mans Ultimate Update, iRacing 2026 season and more. But before that, I just want to say a big thank you to Moser for sponsoring this sim racing show with the Moser R25 Ultra True Torque DD direct drive wheelbase. I think I've said that a little bit wrong, but it's a 25 Newton meter sustained torque direct drive wheelbase for $899. It's got Moser's standard QR, so you can use all your Moser wheels on it. It's got telemetry LEDs, and it's basically pretty much an unbeatable price for a 25 Newton meter direct drive wheelbase. So go check it out using the link in the description and let me know if you're interested in the Moser R25 Ultra True Torque DD wheelbase. Now, Le Mans Ultimate has just dropped its next DLC pack, and we got the Ginetta, I'm going to say it, G61 LT P325 Evo LMP3. They got to stop doing this raycast, guys. Just call it like Rexy or something, Sandra. And Circuit Paul Ricard. Now, Paul Ricard, I don't like, so I wouldn't be buying this DLC, but I did get a review copy, so I played it. It runs really smooth for me, LMU, at the moment. It's really been improved on the actual frame pacing or something. It doesn't really have any stuttering for me anymore. And they were also going to be bringing Catalunya as part of this ERMS DLC pack, but it's been separated. To be honest, for me, Paul Ricard is not enough of a draw. I would have liked to see Catalunya and Paul Ricard come together, but Silverstone came in part 1. So 3 big tracks, Paul Ricard, Catalunya, Silverstone, but you're going to have to buy 3 DLC packs to access them. Now, Le Mans Ultimate is also adding a ton of new features for free in version 1.2. So there's going to be an engineer mode, so a second player can jump in and handle your pit strategy during online races. So basically crew chief from iRacing. There's a new anti-cheat, which seems to be good, so there's no cheaters, but seems to be controversial because some people's games aren't working. Plus there's embedded cosmetic damage to look like there's more paint being traded as well. And Le Mans Ultimate just seems to be going from strength to strength for me. I still am uncomfortable about having this Le Mans Ultimate without a subscription and also subscription, but people seem to understand what's going on. It's not like iRacing where you need a subscription. It's not like Gran Turismo 7 where you don't need a specific subscription. It's kind of in the middle. All right, iRacers, let's go to iRacing 2026 Season 1 because it's officially live and the update is stacked. We've got 2 brand new cars, so including the Porsche 911 Cup 992.2, I think it is, and the FIA Cross car, which I believe is free content as well, and tracks. Adelaide Street Circuit, Miami International, that's the F1 one, Lucas Oil has got a dirt road layout, and Winton with Rallycross. That's 4 new tracks, but remember, you've got to pay for all of them, and you've got to pay for that Porsche car. There's a big visual upgrade for Bathurst, updates to GR86, NASCAR trucks, hybrid IndyCar, and a new push on the UI as well. And apparently the AI has been upgraded as well. So iRacing is coming into 2026 swinging. Let's see where iRacing goes. It should be feeling the pressure from the likes of Le Mans Ultimate now. It won't be feeling much pressure from Rennsport or Project Motor Racing. But let's talk about Rennsport because they dropped patch 1.1.6. A small update, but with solid fixes, they say. More like quality of life. So apparently the AI has been improved. Bit quicker off the line and a bit harder to just bully out the way in turn 1. And apparently the rendering has been cleaned up, so you won't see so much pop-in, which is a big criticism of the game. And they also, the online racing should feel smoother thanks to server optimization and some other bugs as well. Now, it's not a huge update, but I feel Rennsport needs to just kind of gather that player base. Doesn't need anything crazy. I would actually just sack off the single player, to be honest, and just gather that online player base and be a destination for like modern GT3 hypercar racing online. Race Room. We're covering Race Room again on the Sim Racing Show. They bought an update, and it is the DTM 2002. So we've got the old school Mercedes CLK, the Audi, and the Opel Astra V8 Coupe. And it's just like classic DTM for people who were into it back then. But it doesn't stop there, because Race Room is also doing new DTM. So they've got a brand new DTM 2025 pack with all the latest cars and liveries, apart from Aston Martin and Ford. I'm hearing that the licensing didn't get done in time. But Race Room is also going from strength to strength. So it's an exciting time for sim racing. We've had a lot of hardware launches, a lot of software launches. I feel like we know where we are for the Christmas period. Let me know in the comments, what are you going to be sim racing over Christmas? And I'll see you in the next sim racing show.